documenting the journey. I'm here in Ibiza. Welcome back. On this channel, I document my journey, building my brand, Exchange Life, from 0 to 10 million a year. We sell custom merchandise, and in the last 30 days, we did 145,000 euros in revenue, which is 45% up from the previous period. In the first part of this video, I will talk about anything that's going on with the brand, how I'm seeing this uplift, what I'm working on. And in the second part of the video is going to be about my life outside of the brand, self-development and other things. I'm traveling now, so I'm here in Ibiza. I was in Dubai before and in Bali before that, so I have a few live updates as well. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I launched a new collection. I launched coordinate pieces. This is something that I have been thinking about for a while. I didn't want to do it because there's many brands doing a similar thing. But at some point I was like, why are these brands doing it? It's probably because it's working. The design has a lot of demand. And then I was thinking, it also fits in my brand, right? If you go to my brand, Exchange Life, it's travel, it's long distance, all of this type of stuff, the coordinates really fit in it. So I did end up launching it, and I think it really fits the brand, and it also increases my target market because you can get coordinates for many different reasons, right? You can get coordinates for a school you went to, or your home that you moved away from, or the place you proposed to your wife. Like, there's all these different things you can get coordinates engraved for. So it just increases the scale I can reach with the brand. So yeah, that is live on the site now. You can go take a look. I've had a few sales so far. It's up now for about a week or so, so nothing really big yet. But yeah, I'm starting to launch some ads for it. I don't have any content with it yet, like UGC photos or videos. And there's a lot of brands doing it. So I kind of want to take the angle in the ads of like coordinates, but better versus other brands, right? Because if there's many other people doing it, how can you differentiate yourself? We can maybe do like quality, shipping time, customer service, all of this. So that's an angle that we can take in the ads that is pretty easy now to launch with, that we don't really need to wait on any UGC for. We can just make image ads in Photoshop or GIFs. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm really excited to see, and yeah, I think this will be big for the brand. I found and hired an email agency. So I've only been doing flows for about the past year. If you go back to my videos where I was in Barcelona last year, I was really only working at flows back then, like a month. I built all the flows. Those flows are still live. My flows do about 21% of our revenue, which is good, especially for only the flows. But I wasn't doing any campaigns yet. And right now the email list is like 40K active profiles, which is a good sized list. And I'm really just missing out on not sending any campaigns. So I interviewed about 3 agencies, an agency of my friend, an agency of another friend, and then a guy I knew from a few years ago in Bali. And I ended up going with the guy I met a few years ago from Bali. So he's now preparing all of the emails and making the templates. So I'm excited to see how that goes. An agency, again, is of course a more expensive option, quote unquote, than if you do it in-house. But to solve the problem right away, it's just better for me right now to hire an agency. I will be profitable of them anyways. I think the retainer is about 2K euros a month fixed. So, you know, I will definitely make that back already. They will do flows, optimization, email campaigns, and also SMS. So yeah, with my size, it will be profitable. And then at some point I can probably take that in-house, but it's not really high leverage to worry about that, taking it in-house, because you need a copywriter, a designer, a strategy. Yeah, it's just not really, I think it might even be better to have an email agency instead of in-house email. But yeah, let's see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. But the goal is to get it maybe to 30 to 40% in email revenue. I personally think we can definitely get it up to 30, so that is the target. But anything above that, you know, is cool to have as well. I keep seeing dips in the performance day to day, and I just wanted to have mentioned that because this is normal. Like, you will see some days do better and other days do worse. Even if you haven't changed anything on the site, don't worry too much about that. Just try to zoom out and look at a week to week, or a bi-week to bi-week, or a month to month. The dips are there. Sometimes the conversion rate is worse, or the ROAS is worse. But yeah, that's just part of the game. And I scaled a bit too hard, I wrote down, because I was scaling daily again, because I was like, let's get it back up to 10K days. But then the performance dropped quite a bit. So then I started to scale down again, and now the performance is picking back up again. So I guess there is just not enough demand right now to scale harder, or maybe I need to try different offers, or maybe I have to, you know, find bigger winning ads first before I can scale up more. So I think the sweet spot is right now where we're at. And yeah, of course, I'm going to keep trying and see how it goes. the later it gets into the year, the more demand there will be, the more room for skill as well. So yeah, I'm just taking it on a bit slowly now again, every few days, 3-4 days on average skill if it goes well, and then keep an eye on the performance. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm scaling right now. And then what is also relevant there for the ad account structure is that I'm launching, or I have launched now, a bid cap campaign again. So I have tried a lot of different bids before, and then I found like a sweet spot for the bids that got the most spent in terms of profitability. And I launched that back, and I'm now duplicating all of the ads that are not winners in the scaling campaign into the bid cap campaign, because you're basically saying only spend on this campaign or ad if you think it will get, for example, a profit or a customer for this cost. So I launched that back, and I duplicated all of the ads I have to turn off in, for example, the scaling campaign in there. And so far that campaign has been quite profitable. So let's see how that goes. I thought maybe you can then squeeze some more juice out of ads that you did create but aren't scalable in the scaling ad set. So let's see how that goes. I launched Pinterest ads. So I've been thinking about Pinterest for a long time. I thought TikTok was a higher priority, so I tried TikTok ads first about 2 months ago. That wasn't profitable. So I quit that. I did that with an agency who gave me a guarantee, so I didn't end up paying them. So that was great. I only had to pay for the spend. And now I thought, let's try TikTok ads. So I found some good freelancers for it on Upwork. And I went with one guy, and so far he's been doing a good job. Got our first few sales. We're only at like a few €100 spend right now, so I cannot really say much about that yet. But I'm excited to see how that goes, because we are already getting some sales from Pinterest organic, and our target audience is also definitely on Pinterest. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I think at least I can get it on a few €100 a day profitable. Maybe there's not a lot of skill on there, but I mean, it's always good to take that as well, right? Why not? If I can hire a freelancer for it and just have to answer some of his questions and not do a lot, then it's nice to have a few €100 spent on there profitable every day. It's just extra, why not take it? So I was talking to a friend who's at 20K days now, which is maybe like next step from where I'm, right? Because I'm at 6K days. It's always step by step. To see like, are any of his inputs right now different? And our inputs, what we do on a day-to-day, is very similar. The only thing he was doing different is work more on offer. And that is something I've wrote down a lot in the past few months, I guess. It's like offer, like what can I do with offer? In a new website that is being built right now, it's actually being developed, finally done with the design. The offer will come back bigger, or more significantly on the site, in the messaging, above the scroll. But this offer is not really a tested offer, I guess. It's just based on competitors or what I see or what I think works. And I thought now, like, I can also try different landing pages with different offers, right? Maybe that will unlock more skill. So think about different things. For example, my jewelry has maps. We have one new item, which is the cuff, where you can do multiple maps. So then the offer is, do you have more than two homes? Get this cuff, right? We can bring that back into the ads. We will maybe target a different market with that than only 2 maps. That is an example of an offer. A free necklace with every order. Buy 2, get 1 free. A free flight. Winning raffle thing when you order an item. There are so many different things I can do still regarding with offer, and I haven't pulled that lever enough yet. So I think that is one of the things that I need to do more now to get from the 6K days, about where I'm at, to like 20K, which is maybe like the next level up. Yeah, I don't know, just something I should be working more on. The head fell in front. Let me put that back. Okay, let's skip that for now. It's an operation recording here in a pool. A lot of electronics and water. But yeah, let's see how that goes. I found some more good talent on Upwork this time, actually. So again, I was looking for a Pinterest guy. I found a Pinterest guy on Upwork, and I actually also finally found a good developer. If you're running your own brand, you know what a headache it is to work with developers. And it's rare to really come across a good one. And I think I found a good one now on Upwork. Doing hourly work, making all of the changes. Some updates about our creatives, a big topic that's coming back in every video. So there is a few things going on with the creative agency. My ads are still outperforming their own ads in terms of spend that they get. And if their ads overtake my ads, they become unprofitable pretty quickly. So I am able now to scale the testing ad sets. Some concepts in there are doing quite good on a few €100 a day. So in the testing campaigns, similar separate ad sets per concept. And Some concepts I've been able to scale very profitably, but in terms of the scale that it's getting in the scaling campaign, it's not outperforming my own ads. So I was kind of thinking, right, like, what is the real value that I'm getting here from the agency? And what they are really good at is coming up with new angles, new concepts, copywriting for the ads, all of that stuff. The actual fulfillment of like the editing and the photoshopping, I can also do in-house with my own graphic designer and video editor. So I'm now talking with them to see if they can only do that part. So coming up with concepts and the copywriting needed for those concepts, and then structuring it in like concept 1 with this messaging and this ID, and then I just forward that to my in-house team and they actually go out and create it. Because then it would definitely be profitable, having their service. It would be very valuable. So I'm kind of trying to figure that out to see how it goes. Because some of them do start to spend a lot, but unprofitably. I also wrote down that for us so far, the new concepts work better than the iterations. So I think that's maybe because the new concepts are bigger swings, right? You, for example, instead of targeting international students, you target moms with a kid in a different country, a complete new concept, and you target a new market with that, and that so far seems to work better for us. And then I wrote down, in general, is it worth it for me to be spending so much on testing? Because the same creatives that have been running for a while stay on top anyways. And that's kind of something I haven't figured out yet, but that I am trying to figure out. So is it even worth it for me at this skill to test a lot and allocate a lot of budget to testing? I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured it out yet. It probably is, because even if you find a big winner once every 3 months, it might be worth it still. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And then a random idea that I wrote down is I want to do some founder style ads. Where did the brand come from? How was it created? And that seems to be crushing it for some brands. So yeah, I probably will do that as well. So I'm looming more, making looms, creating systems and processes. I think I was still doing too much that is like repeatable in a systemized way. For example, I was still launching all of the ads myself. Now I created a system where I have a sheet and I create a new tab. If there is a new batch, I put all the links in there and I put the right captions in there. And then my guy, one of my employees, actually just launches them. This is something that took me maybe like 4 or 5 hours a week. Every week again. And the creative part only was coming up with the captions, right? So now I don't do that anymore, and I just save myself 4 or 5 hours a week. And it was actually a task I was procrastinating on a lot. So I'm trying to do this more now, and creating systems is like sometimes hard because it's like, oh, how do I actually do this? But it's such a valuable task to be working on as a operator. So I'm doing that more now. Clear systems and processes, looking at what is actually repeatable that I do every week. One of the things is, for example, captioning these videos. I still go through all of the videos myself to caption them and edit the subtitles. Something I have to delegate instantly as well, right? Like, why don't I do that? It's just a procrastination thing. So yeah, working on that more. I increased the site speed a lot by deleting a bunch of unused pages, deleting a bunch of unused templates. There was a lot of delay going on my side. Actually, it was also because there were unused apps that were, just slowing down the site by a lot. So I deleted a bunch of things that weren't being used, and now it's way faster. You can go on it. The options load quick. So yeah, that's cool too. Some little small detail I saw on the checkouts in Shopify. You can change the logo on top. And if you are on Twitter, you see some brands put some USPs there. So I did the same thing. I put some of the payout processors there. Payment processors. So that is something I changed on the checkout. Google Ads is starting to perform better. So previous weeks it was starting to perform worse, but we made some optimizations, changes. Again, this is what I preach a lot of the times. You have to change your inputs. So we changed our inputs, and now the Google Ads are working better. Changed targeting, changed keywords, changed a lot of things, and now it's just starting to perform better. I hired a new designer. All our products are custom, and we were falling behind quite a bit with the designs. I, again, made a new system to make sure that doesn't happen again. If one designer doesn't make their designs, there's 3, then the others make up for it. Every design has to be completed as soon as possible after 24 hours. There is a fucking huge snake. There's a huge snake on the tree. Wait. I'm gonna film it with my other phone. There we go. Look at this. Look at this snake. What the fuck? Documenting the journey in the jungles of Ibiza. Right, let's get back to it. We have to finish the weekly brand update. My shirt is getting wet because I'm sitting in a pool with a shirt on. Yeah, so the designs are now being finished as soon as possible after 24 hours. Some designers were falling behind, and then because the orders weren't assigned to them, they weren't making them at all. And now we made it so that the other designers then have to compensate for that. So if they see that an order is still not updated after 24 hours, they have to pick them up and actually finish them. So yeah, again, systemizing, making new processes. These things you make once and then they are solved forever. That's why it's so high leverage, right? So yeah, just an interesting update. I created a new way, a new system to attract ambassadors for our UGC ads. I told you guys before, we have a community for the brand, and a lot of our content creators come from the community. They are, for example, exchange students. And now the group of exchange students gets a bonus. They get cash if they invite another friend or someone that also wants to create content. So this way I can attract more ambassadors in there, and then they want to be in there, right? Because then they earn money making videos and all of that. So just a new way to get more UGC creators. I'm working on some new upsells, some additions to the pieces. Think about, for example, you can make a custom quote on the back. That is an upsell, right? They pay a little bit extra for that. I'm working on similar things like this, and also still working on new items and new collections. A really high leverage thing to do. If I look at my friends that are doing multiple 8 figures a year with their ecom brand, a lot of them, the operators themselves, so they are the operators of the brand, they still focus on new product. So this is always a very high leverage thing to do for us as founders, as operators. So that is something I'm also still working on. And then yeah, those were the brand updates really from this pool. Here in a pool in Ibiza, going out a lot, partying a little bit, doing some degenerate shit, some things I've not done in a while. I go party once every few weeks, maybe, when I'm, for example, in Bali, but not very much. I don't drink a lot. I've been like very serious since a young age, like 18 or something, going all in and thinking that, you know, I have to make it. So I really enjoy now doing some of these things sometimes where I don't have to be so serious and I just mess around and have fun with my friends. And yeah, it's really been enjoyable and it's a good reset. You also get a lot of different inputs and inspirations in different ways that you normally wouldn't. So it's just all around a nice time and not doing as much work or worrying about being productive. And yeah, it's just a good little reset. Really enjoying Ibiza. I'm only here for a week, so I'm almost off to the next place and I will take you guys with me. I wonder what you guys think I will be or go to. So yeah, that's it for this week's Documenting the Journey, the updates about the brand. Now let's get into live. There's a lot of different things I shared as well. My camera broke, so that's why this is recorded on 2 phones. But there are some good clips there, so yeah, make sure to watch the live updates as well. Life isn't only about business and making money. It's actually maybe more about the other things. So yeah, let's get into that. The type of shit you only see in Dubai. Welcome to Dubai from some fancy ass hotel. I don't actually know if it's fancy. It wasn't that expensive, but for me, everything is expensive or fancy here because I don't really come from traveling around growing up and, you know, seeing fancy rooms and stuff. So yeah, I'm out of Bali. It's time for me to keep moving. I told you guys before that I feel like I'm quite a little bit too young to stay somewhere very long. I haven't found a place yet where I feel very nice more than like 2-3 months. So for me this was perfect. 2 months in Bali. It actually works out perfectly because the visa on arrival in Bali is 2 months. So you can stay 2 months without any issues. And then you either have to do a visa run or this or that. So yeah, for me it was just the right time to go. My friends are also already gone now, most of them. So I'm gonna keep traveling with some of them. A quick pit stop in Dubai. I always stop in Dubai. It's a crazy contrast. I have some friends here, some people that I see every time I'm stopping over here. And yeah, I wrote down, and the traveling also has downsides, right? You also have these things where you're like having to find a new routine in a new place, having to figure out where you want to go, where you want to sleep, where you want to gym. It's like, yeah, traveling doesn't just come with upsides, but for me, I like to go to the same places. So when I'm traveling, like when I go to Bali, I'm in Canggu. It's the 3rd time in Canggu. I don't go anywhere. No girlfriend activities. There is no girlfriend, so I'm not going to any waterfalls or anything like this. That is something, yeah, not for me, like maybe when I get a girlfriend, but yeah, I kind of just do the same thing. So I find my routine pretty quickly and it's already good. So yeah, that is kind of how I deal with that. This was the first time I really enjoyed Bali. So previously, the previous first 2 times, I was really still trying to figure out my business. What am I going to do? How am I going to make money? How am I going to make my brand work? I hate my agency. it was all still very stressing up until now. And this time in Bali was really a pleasant experience. I had friends around. I didn't have to go looking for people. I knew where to go. I knew what to eat. I didn't get sick. Everything was just really nice. It was just a really good experience. I think Bali is really good to come back to 3 months every year with good friends. So you don't have to go places. You're just in the house with friends working, and I really enjoyed that, even though Bali is like the place everyone goes to, so it can get kind of hectic and there's a lot of people that just talk there. That it doesn't matter if you come there with good friends and you are together in a house and you eat and you gym. So yeah, it was really enjoyable. And one thing I was talking to my roommate about when I just got to Bali was that he was like asking, how many subs do you think you'll have when you leave? And I said, I'll probably have like 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm leaving with about 2.2 thousand subscribers. So this YouTube thing is also taking off a little bit now, which is cool to see. Trying to make every video better. And as you can see, I think this looks crisp because I now know how to manually use camera settings. You need to keep the ISO down as low as you can, get lighting with the shutter speed, only turn up the ISO if you need artificial lighting because it gets too grainy with it. I can start giving you guys some camera lessons now as well. So yeah, just something I wanted to share here about going to Bali, going to Dubai, keeping traveling. Next destination will be fun. Hope you guys are enjoying this video. Trying to find a spot where I can record my video. I wanted to have like a cool backdrop like this. I hope you guys can even see it, probably. But then I forget my camera in the taxi. And then it's way too fucking bright here to upload this. Yeah, so it would just look absolutely shit, but look how cool this looks like. It's fucking 40 degrees, by the way. Look at this fucking view, bro. Dubai is crazy. Dubai isn't necessarily for me, but it's still really cool to be here and visit here. Like, I would definitely not live here, but for sure to come here. I have some friends here, so every time I travel somewhere I stop by. Maybe you guys are thinking like, why is he here? I lived here with my ex-girlfriend for a good few months. I don't know how much in total actually, maybe like 5 to 6 or something. So yeah, I really enjoy being back in Dubai. It's really magical for me. If you go back in the beginning of my videos where I was still building my agency, you know, I was here, I lived with her, I kind of straight away moved in there. Yeah, just trying to make shit work, and every time I'm here it like feels magical because it gets me back to that place. So I really enjoy stopping over here every time I travel, see some friends. Just take it all in because the shit you see here is like uncomparable to anywhere else, you know. We might as well use this view while I'm here and talk a bit more about life. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Thank you. It's okay, I don't need a glass. I'll just take this. A little sparkling water. Let us talk about life and some things that are going on in my head, because there's always a lot going on if you guys haven't noticed yet. So recently I've realized something that a lot of my friends have been telling me, which is that they're like, hey, in real life you're so like unfiltered, and then on camera you're like so sweet and calm, and in real life I'm really high energy and like I'll say whatever the fuck comes out, what's in my head, you know, it's always like that. And on camera it's like, all right, I have these points, you see, I wrote them down here, it's like on a Notion, and it's like, all right, let me go through the points, let me be nice and, you know, well behaved. Whereas in real life it's just like whatever comes to my mind, my own opinion. I don't really care about, like I said, filtering. Well, yeah, however it goes, like I just share what's real, and it's not like I have some crazy weird opinions. It's just that I usually say the things that people don't want to say or are like shying away from, or yeah, to avoid confrontation, etc. And I feel like maybe I'm getting more and more good at that on camera, but still it's quite hard to do because you always have the thing in your head like, what about, you know, what if other people take it the wrong way, or what is right or wrong, or can you say something or not? And to be honest, I'm just figuring it out, right? So I might sometimes say something, and in real life it's like, I learn because my friends are like telling me a different opinion, but on camera it's like, it's on camera, right? But we're all just figuring it out, especially if you're young. So I guess more and more I do let it shine through, and I'm like unfiltered more and more, and I'm like, fuck it, like if you guys don't like it, then, you know, get out. If you guys do like it, then stay around. It's not some crazy shit. It's just a bit more unfiltered and raw, and you know, a bit more swear words and a bit more random shit and jokes. Something that's still sometimes scary for me. Who knows? We're all just trying to figure it out.
What do you think about my Louis belt?
You're trying to wear European linen pants with a belt from the streets of Brampton and Louis V, the cheapest one you could find.
Wait. This is the cheapest one I could find. Yeah, Louis.
We're in Europe, bro.
Wait, but isn't Louis from Europe?
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
That's not what you wear.
Yes, it is. Yes.
With some linen pants, bro.
This is the only belt I have.
Give me the camera.
Look at this.
Look at this guy.
This is the only belt I have.
Look at him.
This is the only.
Bro, this shit's kind of scary, bro. I'm so fucking high. What the fuck? Aesthetic. Trying to be a vlogger. I suck at this shit. This is why you just want me to sit down and talk shit, because this is not for me. I'm not aesthetic like that. There's some YouTubers really aesthetic. It's not me. Maybe I'll get better. All right, we can at least get one shot here, because I wanted to share something about the community that I want to build off the back of these videos. Like I told you guys before, I don't want to sell coaching. I don't want to do nothing. I want to take the opposite route that everyone goes, and I've made many explanations on why I want to do this. But one of the things that I do want to do is create a free community. The community will be based around building in public, like I'm doing here, and everyone can join that views these videos, and you can share yourself what you're doing. And the idea is basically that it's free, but that you have to share an update, maybe like, let's say, every 2 weeks. Otherwise you get kicked the fuck out, because otherwise people don't take it seriously. And someone told me like, hey, why don't you put like a low ticket price there? I was thinking the same, but it doesn't really make any difference for me. And even if it makes me look like a cool 1% to cover the cost of like a community manager, I would rather just eat the cost and not look like that. So yeah. I want to make it free, but then still put that pressure on people by, for example, making it mandatory to post an update about your business every 2 weeks. Otherwise you get kicked out. That's enough pressure. You will take it serious. Otherwise you get kicked out and you don't get back in. So something like this I'm thinking about. Yeah, I don't know. For me, this channel only costs me money. If I make a community and I hire a community manager, it costs me more money. I don't care, because the ROI isn't money related. The ROI comes in many different ways, like connections that I make, new friends that I make, inspiration that I can give, making my own story more meaningful. I can be an example. It will bring me more opportunity, maybe investment things in the future. There's so much ROI, but not in the form of money. So I don't care if it costs me money, because it brings me a lot of different things that way. You know, I'll be done. I'll have too much money, then I know what to do with in my 20s. Like, why the fuck speed that up by 3 years? Like, I don't give a shit, you know? I don't even care about money. So I don't care if this shit costs me money, because it brings me back other things, like I said. I don't need to speed it up. If I'm done with money, like I have enough money to live off in my mid-20s, why the fuck speed that up by 3 years? I'll already be bored by then and have to figure out what the fuck to do. So it's fine. The rate at which it's going is fine. Like, I don't need an extra 20, 30, 40, 50K a month of being a fucking guru, you know? It just, for me, it's the level at which is less cool you make yourself is worth way more than the money that it gives you. So I would never trade my image for that. I just don't see the reason. I also think it's the very low effort option for you to take. On the short term, you'll make a lot of money, but again, on the long term, you'll ruin a lot of things for yourself. So, free community. At 10K subs, guys. I'm gonna drop this shit at 10K subs, so subscribe. 10K subs, share this shit with your friend. I wanna drop this community, but I'm gonna do it at 10K subs, otherwise there's gonna be 100 people in there, or like 50. I want it to be a little bit bigger when we launch. So at 10K subs, it's something nice to work towards. So yeah, at that point, I'll drop the community. So also, please let me know what you think would be nice to be in the community. Would it just be like building in public, so it doesn't matter what business you're building, just there for accountability, sharing lessons and stuff like this, kind of what I'm doing with the video? Or would it be e-commerce specific? Like, I don't know if you guys are e-com or just follow my journey because I'm a young guy building cool shit. So if I make the community, I think about young people building cool shit, no matter what industry they're in. I think it would be cool, and I think it would be valuable enough. I thought I had finesse business class. I thought I want to try it. What would it be like? Short flight? Look at this. I got finessed. I just wanted to end the video quickly on a little note. I just arrived back here in the Netherlands for a few weeks, going to visit my family, my little brothers, my friends here. And yeah, one thing I've realized over the past few years traveling, I guess, is that I'm always so happy to get back to where I'm from, to the Netherlands. I realize more and more and more how good of a place the Netherlands is. Everything works, it's safe, everyone is trustworthy, there's good infrastructure. I don't know, I just realized the more places I go to, the better the Netherlands is in comparison. So yeah, I'm just here back for a couple of weeks, back in the Farmville. As you can see out here, there is nothing where I'm from. I've told you guys many times before, it's such a big contrast to the places I stay in usually. Now when I go back home, I rent a car. So I rented this car because I need some freedom of movement. I'm from a little middle of nowhere. If I don't have a car, I just feel like a little, kid again, because I cannot go anywhere. So that's not nice. And you want to keep up the momentum, right, of like being in a good mind space and in a good mindset. So that's why I can't do too long at home, but I am gonna try to come home more often, every few months, instead of now I was away for about like 7 months. It's a bit long. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my time here at home. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys next week.